Since Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this repair safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. To replace the inner flail housing on the Cub Cadet Chipper Shredder, you will need a 1/2-inch wrench and socket, a 7/16" wrench and socket, needle nose pliers, a small flathead screwdriver, a 9/16" 6-point socket, a 5/8" socket, a 3/8" socket, a dedicated impeller removal tool, a torque wrench, and a 2x4 wood support. Use the 1/2-inch wrench to secure the bolts and the 1/2-inch socket to unthread the nuts, securing the hopper assembly support plate to the impeller housing. Using the 1/2-inch socket, unthread the 6 mounting nuts securing the front of the hopper assembly to the housing. With the nuts unthreaded, tilt the hopper assembly back and lift up to fully detach the assembly from the bolts. Remove the shredder plate. Next, unthread the 2 retaining knob screws, securing the bottom of the discharge chute. Use the 7/16" wrench to secure the chute's mounting bolt. Then use the 7/16" socket to fully unthread the nut. Slide out the bolt, detach the chute, and remove the 2 spacers. Use the needle nose pliers to pull out the retaining pin, securing the shredder screen pin, and slide the pin out. Next, use the 1/2-inch socket, the small flathead screwdriver, and the needle nose pliers to remove the upper mounting screws, securing the outer flail housing. With the tow bar installed, tip the chipper shredder back and set a weight on the tow bar to hold it down. Now, using the 1/2-inch socket and the 1/2-inch wrench, remove the 10 remaining nuts and bolts securing the outer housing to the inner housing. With all the nuts and bolts uninstalled, fully detach the outer flail housing and set the shredder screen aside. Use the 2x4 piece of wood to prevent the impeller from rotating. Use the 9/16" 6-point socket with a 1/2-inch driver to unthread the center mounting bolt securing the shredder blade and impeller. This will require some effort. Reposition the wood support to secure the impeller. Now use the 5/8" socket to thread the impeller removal tool into the center bolt screw hole. The bottom of the tool will then push against the bottom of the engine shaft to detach the impeller from the shaft. Once detached, unthread the impeller removal tool. Return the chipper shredder to its upright position. Using the 3/8" socket, unthread the two mounting bolts securing the chute support to the base. Now use the 1/2" wrench to fully unthread the two upper mounting nuts, securing the chute to the impeller housing. Support the chute assembly as you fully unthread the lower nut and fully remove the assembly. Now tip the equipment back and weight down the tow bar. Then use the 1/2" socket to unthread the 4 mounting bolts, securing the inner flail housing to the engine block. Use the 1/2" wrench and the 1/2" socket to remove the 2 lower nuts and bolts, securing the housing to the base, and you can fully uninstall the old housing. To prepare the new inner flail housing for installation, transfer the U-nut from the old housing to the new one. Now align the housing on the engine block and thread the 4 mounting bolts. Reinstall the 2 nuts and bolts to secure the housing to the base. Return the equipment to its upright position. Reinstall the chute assembly by aligning it on the mounting bolts. Slide the washers onto the bolts, then rethread and tighten all of the nuts. making sure the wave washers are intact on the chute support mounting bolts. Thread and tighten the bolts to secure the support to the base. With the chute assembly reinstalled, tip the chipper shredder back and support it. Reinstall the impeller assembly by aligning it on the engine shaft. Secure it with the wood support, then rethread the center mounting bolt. Using the 9/16" 6-point socket on a torque wrench, torque the center bolt to 50 foot-pounds. Remove the wood. Position the shredder screen mounting post in the hole in the inner flail housing, then realign the outer housing. Thread and tighten the 10 nuts and bolts to secure. Rethread the 2 upper mounting screws using the speed clips. Remove the weight and return the chipper shredder to its upright position. Slide the shredder screen pin through the impeller housing and screen. Insert the retaining pin to secure. Realign the discharge chute on the impeller housing and insert the spacers. Insert the mounting bolt, then thread and tighten the nut. Fully position the chute, then thread and tighten the retaining knob screws. Realign the shredder plate on the 6 impeller housing bolts. Reinstall the hopper assembly by aligning the support plate on the 2 upper mounting bolts first. Then rotate the assembly to align it on the impeller housing bolts. Thread and tighten all 8 mounting nuts to secure. We recommend hand threading the nuts first, then using the socket to tighten once all the nuts are in place. The chipper shredder should now be ready for use.